Greetings, loyal minions, beautiful humans. Welcome to the Sci Show. We have a few new heroes in the challenge event. We'll jump in and have a look at the odds. Legendary event hero non-featured 1.5%. Legendary featured event hero 1%. For each summoned legendary, you have a 20% chance to get another. We'll take a look at all of them. There's a couple of new costumes and a brand new hero. Before I start, I did just want to give a shout out to 3KO. He's hit the magical 1,000 subscribers, so congratulations, mate. If you haven't already, head on over to his channel, check him out, give him some love. I believe Claythor is close again after the tragic event of accidentally deleting his account last time he got the 1,000. So again, go check out Clay, absolutely lovely human. Give him some love as well. And General J getting close as well. So much happening. Give them all some love. On to Merith. I have been feeling a bit unwell still lately, so I do apologise. I just haven't quite been my normal self, I don't think. I don't know, not quite feeling right, but we're getting there. We're pushing through. So Merith, looking kind of cool. Bit of a crazy old granny snake hair violinist thing happening. Yeah, she looks pretty cool. She is a member of the Bard family, so we'll throw that max preview on. We are a wizard, so we get Jinx, chance to deal extra damage for each extra buff. That's handy, nothing special. Dodge Aether talent. Again, nothing too great, but can be helpful. Bard family bonus is one of the unique bonuses that just gives bonuses to other family members. So if you take a solo hero, so for any hero who's the only member of their own family in the team, you get 5% mana generation, which is fantastic. That can really help speed up some of the slower heroes. So if you pair that with someone like a Zonalfod or, Hathor, who's giving mana, plus you then give the 5% mana generation, yeah, you can get some of those slower, very slow heroes sped up to acceptable levels. Passive, revival chance reduction. The chance of revival is reduced for all enemies in the battle. Chance is 20% of the original value, so that can be really handy against the current meta, where there's a shit ton of revivers all playing havoc with us. So, yeah, decent enough skill. Power 1226, creeping up there. The special skill is running at fast speed, petrifying performance. Reduces max health of the target and nearby enemies by 1,000. Quite a big removal. The effect is stronger against targets with boosted health. So any boosted health is reduced by an additional 1,000. So very nice. If there's not really a lot of boosted health meta heroes at the moment, but it's still a nice thing. After one turn, the target and nearby enemies get paralysed for 2 turns. Paralysed enemies can't attack or gain mana, receive 50% increased damage. Once paralysed, the effect can't be cleansed. So it's only for 2 turns, but it does run at fast speed, dispels buffs from the target and nearby enemies. Very basic here. I don't really understand why we're getting Jinx to do extra damage per active buff when she doesn't actually do damage, but that's a whole different story. After 1 turn, the target nearby enemies get paralysed for 2 turns. Spells buffs from the target. I don't get the whole after 1 turn it does something. Just do it. Just paralyse it for 2 turns. I don't really understand why that is. It gives you one tiny chance to get rid of it, but it just seems needless. No, it sounds like really good hero, but I don't. Pretty balanced stats, by the way. I'll mention that. I just don't see a huge use for it. Definitely good to paralyze, but only for 2 turns. That's enough to hammer some teams with support. So, it does kind of disable the enemy. So, if there's someone that you really, really struggle against, or you just really don't want to have charged up, definitely useful. I'm just struggling to see apart from the fact it's kind of useful against everyone, is there anyone specifically that it's going to be really useful against? But I mean, we're reducing the max health by 1,000 is basically like 1,000 hit. More against boosted. And then Paralysing. So I guess probably really good support hero that's doing kind of a lot of damage as well. And just targeting, if there's a core group, someone like a Goric, Delufala, whoever at the moment is a tank, I guess it does just, take them out of the game for a few turns, which just gives you a chance to fly some tiles in and get your team set up. So it's not the type of hero that would normally become meta, but with so many dangerous heroes, I guess I can see it becoming a really important hero, just because it's not targeted against a specific, like it's not just the Mega Minion counter, or it's not just this, it kind of counters everyone by the fact you're just disabling them for a few moves. Whether those moves are enough to get you set up, that is the trouble. That's where it's like, well, it'd be great to have her in a green stack because then you can follow up with other greens, but then you might as well just take someone who's doing a lot more damage. If you have her in as a support, it's not giving you a lot of time to get your other heroes charged. Anyway, interesting hero. Be really, good to see how it turns out. I'm a bit on the fence, to be honest. I think it'll be great in certain scenarios, but there's a lot of battles that could prove to be not useless, but semi. I mean, you're still doing the max health reduction to 3. You're dispelling, it's not priority, but it is a dispel. Yeah, anyway, I think I've rambled enough about that. Pretty good hero. And just no specific use, but could be good in a lot of scenarios. We do have a ridiculous-looking costume for Director Zuri. What is that costume? Anyway, I don't like it. Apart from the fact that it's got a top hat, which is cool. Turned her into a cleric, which is nice for a healer. Get the extra passive. I don't believe we had that passive, no. So the extra passive of copy ailment on cleanse. When a status ailment is cleansed from this hero, it is now a new copy of the cleansed ailment is applied on a random enemy. That's pretty handy, but only from this hero, so it's not taking them from all of your team. Just this hero. What's it, Alimi? Yeah, it's a nice little bonus. It's nothing overly special. Same bonuses, etc. That team power just creeps up 1223. The costume just really makes it relevant, as we know. Huge bonuses, 60% health, 62% health, 60 attack defense, mana boost 5. Zuri was such a great healer. She's 65% health, so again, it's almost enough in that case to get rid of a Mega Fiend. For the ally with the lowest, and then every other gets 45. So I don't know, I always liked that. It was just, if someone was really close to dead, it brought them back to being so big. 45% to everyone else is pretty good. Summons a clown minion for each ally with 20% HP, 30% attack. So that's gone up from 15% HP. So that's another 20% heal, basically, on top of the heal you're getting. It's basically an 85% heal, 65% for the lower ones, for the other. But keep in mind, that minion will not replace a Mega Fiend if you're thinking of Mega Fiends. Cleanse the status ailments from all allies as well. So everything a healer needs to do. Pity that cleanse isn't up front. Just brings her back to being relevant. Fantastic healer. There's so many good yellow healers, that would almost bring Zuri straight back into the top 5, I would think, of yellow healers. Just because it's such a big kick. I mean, the minions can be negative if you've got certain minion heroes to go against, but great addition there. Eiora and Fluffy. This is an interesting one because she was great for a very short period of time. Destroys all minions from the target. Does 600% damage to the target, so it was a really good snipe. Got rid of the minion. Also now affects Mega Minions. Reduces max health of all enemies who own minions by 404. So that was always handy, but just really didn't really last long at all. The new one, we've moved to a Sorcerer, which is probably better than Barbarian. Gives the chance to get rid of the mana generation, which is fantastic. Defense up, Aether talent will help. We get the same passive of copying in an ailment. And what are we now doing? Destroys all minions from target. 640% damage to the target. Attack stat is a fair bit lower, which is a bit annoying, but obviously once you get all the things on there, you're looking at probably similar, but 640% damage. Reduces max health of all enemies by 850. Doesn't need a minion anymore. Wow, that's huge, actually. 850. Whew, that's nice. Yeah, I could see that being relevant. You can get rid of the minion. I know there's a few heroes out there now where the minions can't be removed and that type of thing with the War of Three Kingdoms, but getting rid of any minion is handy. Also damages mega minions, 640% damage to the target, so that's quite a big snipe. And then you're reducing the max health of everyone else as well. So, look, another decent addition. I think the costumes are always going to bring the hero back to being relevant for a little while. As the long-term effectiveness, I think because you can destroy a minion and damages mega minions, it's going to be around for a while. And the 640% damage, it's decent enough, but we do know the snipers can be outdated reasonably quickly, especially with that attack stat being a little bit low. It's a little bit annoying. I don't know why they added so much extra HP over the original, but they have. Pretty cool artwork there. I like the black and green. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, so very good. I mean, we get free tokens from doing the event, so it's always nice just to have a couple of pulls and see what you can get. Especially if you have any of these heroes. I think I have both of those maxed, so if I get the costume, it's just nice and easy to get them leveled up. Merith, on the other hand, bring brand new. Yeah. I think that's all I've got to say. Is that it? Yeah. If you enjoy what I'm doing, gently press the subscribe button. Give your kitty a script for me. Have a good one. Best of luck if you're summoning, by the way. I should always say that. I'm always sending out positive vibes. I want you all to get the heroes you're looking for. Have a good one.